Side, there was one omission. The selectors bracketed two players, John Peard and Kevin Stevens, as the 5'8". Kevin Stevens is injured and is not in the side. John Peard is hence the 5'8" for this match. No changes in the Eastern Suburbs side, virtually at full strength. Canterbury, however, are not in the same position. They've named a below-strength side and have been forced to make further changes. Bernie Lowther, who was selected on the wing, has been replaced by Don Rogers because of injury. And you'll notice the name of Phil Charlton in the front row, replacing the very experienced former English forward Brian Lockwood. Soggy from recent rain. Paponis, Young, short kick for the centres, being chased through by Winchester, and Porter back there for East. Jim Porter setting sail up the touchline. Across comes halfback Young. Porter caught a beautiful tackle from Phil Young, but a good run by Jimmy Porter. East's on the attack. Brass to Mays, Coote. East's not wasting any time whatsoever to get into her attack. They're on the Canterbury quarter line. Baker, Beatson, Peard. Well tackled by Charlton, the replacement player for Lockwood. To Baker, Riley. Tackler was John Peake low, and George Paponis, the hooker, who went high. Playing it to Walters, to Mays. First knock on of the match will mean the first scrum, just out from right to left. And Fairfax brilliantly keeping the ball in play. What a good piece of work that was. Fairfax down the middle, caught from behind by Paponis, assisted by Anderson. East immediately go into the attack once more. To Riley, Peard, Beatson standing wide, Dykes.
That's a dream start for any fullback to start the game in that fashion. Must build Fairfax's confidence straight away.
Beatson turning it back, and Riley was almost put through the gap. Mays, Baker, penalty against the Canterbury defence. Out to Young now. Short kick through. Look at Cole, the fullback, racing through. Can't get Fairfax.
These are tactics the Canterbury side must use. Put the ball through, but unfortunately they're kicking to a brilliant fullback in Fairfax, so that tends to make them a bit worried about that move. But they have to do it. They have to put the ball through to break this line of East.
Riley always running off Beatson. He's up to halfway. Got it away to Coote, who's fast, and caught well by Rogers coming in from the wing. Coote playing it to Walters as East go into attack, and it goes to Porter. Out to Mays, to Beatson, to Peard. Peard has Dykes going with him. Peard racing for the corner. He won't need help. He'll score himself. First try of the match. It came after 13 and a half minutes of play, and East go to a lead of 3-0.
There he saw brilliant teamwork by Eastern Suburbs. They made a break, they backed the man up, then they switched the play across to the other side where the defence was found.
Dykes playing it to Walters. Beatson, Mays. Tackler was Thomas. Brass quickly unloading it to Peard. Mullins taking it on the full around Anderson. Cole to beat. And there's very little doubt about it that Bill Mullins must be one of the most improved players of the year. From looking for points in this first half. Thomas, Young, Hughes, outside him, a long one to Winchester. Anderson from the wing to McDonald, trying to get around Baker.
The Canterbury side are standing flat-footed and they're crabbing across the field. They should stand straight up and back a little bit deeper.
Hughes caught high by Coote. Anderson from the wing is dummy half. McDonald, short kick, might be too long in fact. Fairfax has plenty of time, was not harassed by the defence. He was then though. John Peake is going to be spoken to. Max Cole, the fullback. Dykes, bumping tackle by Charlton, who lowered the shoulder. Mays, Peard, Fairfax. He was caught well. Phil Charlton has been doing some damaging work in defence. He's been the player mainly responsible for grounding Arthur Beetson. And look at Beetson allowed the stride free now. It goes to Peard. Pearce had Mays racing in support. Out to Coote, who couldn't take it. The ball was knocked backwards to Brass. Coote, Peard, Mays. Accelerates very sharply from a standing start. Walters. On the Canterbury quarter line, Mays, that's Riley, Beetson. Arthur Beetson's amazing ability to shrug off those tackles gives it to Baker, and Baker in the clear. Canterbury defence now will be stretched for the next 10 minutes. Easts are after more points to Beetson. Fairfax to Porter from the wing. Porter looking for the far winger. Out it goes to Brass, who's in the corner. Well, I'm sorry to say it for the Canterbury defence, but you could well anticipate that movement building up, and it was only a matter of time before John Prass scored in the corner. Here's how it was scored. We'll see it in action replay. And, just looking to see who's being replaced. It looks as though it's second rower Norm Thomas who's leaving the field.
Number 10, Norm Thomas, replaced by Phillips, number 51.
We're waiting for Canterbury to attack. Hughes kept the ball. Face to the line, over the line, and scores. A try scored by Mark Hughes, the 5'8". And really that was only the inability of the Canterbury defence to stop what would appear to be, in other circumstances, a rather lethargic.
There we saw the brilliance of Fairfax again, following that ball through. It's unfortunate that he just couldn't grab the ball at the last moment.
Scrum set by Young, it's won by Easts. Mays darting through, he's there, he scores. A fundamental halfback's try, but one must ask, where was the lock forward, where was the second rower, and where was the other halfback? We'll see where they were in the action replay. The try scored under the scrum back in field. Coote. On the quarter line to Mays. Peard. John Peard playing it to Walters. Riley to Brass to Beetson. It's Baker.
In the first half, the Canterbury side were putting Arthur Beetson on the ground, but this half he's been allowed much more latitude. He's standing up and getting rid of the pass.
Mays, that's Dykes. Full-time siren to go very shortly, with Easts leading by 15 points to 5. Beetson, it's Peard. One tackle to go. Full-time siren sounding, and that is the end of the match, with Eastern Suburbs defeating Canterbury by 15 points to 5. For Easts, try scored by Mays, Peard and Brass also kicked 3 goals. For Canterbury, a try scored by Mark Hughes, converted by his brother Graham Hughes. Points, 15 points to 5. Eastern Suburbs, the minor premiers, defeating Canterbury Bankstown in our top Saturday league.